And we begin first up with the news break that's coming in from Lebanon after the pager blast rocked the country. These are walkie-talkie blasts that have been carried out in which 20 people have lost their lives. Altogether, two back-to-back explosions, and these are walkie-talkie and pager blasts that have rocked the country in the last 24 hours. So 20 people have lost their lives and more than 2,000 injured in walkie-talkie explosions. Altogether, 32 killed and more than 3,000 injured in two back-to-back attacks. Walkie-talkies and solar equipment's explosion in Lebanon. So the visuals on your screens that show the aftermath of the explosions that rocked Lebanon. These were equipments that were being used by the Hezbollah leaders. So absolute devastation, and this in fact marks a significant escalation between the Israeli forces and the Hezbollah group. All right, so let's give you a better understanding of these solar panel explosions, walkie-talkie explosions and pager blasts that have rocked Lebanon in the last 24 hours. So Lebanon has been hit by second wave of exploding devices. Note that earlier pagers had exploded, pagers which are wireless communication devices. It said that the Israeli forces had planted explosives in these pagers which were being used by the Hezbollah leaders, which eventually exploded. And that being said, it's another equipment that is apparently being used by the Hezbollah group that has now exploded, leading to loss of so many lives. So after pagers, walkie-talkies acquired by Hezbollah exploded. It's also said that these walkie-talkies were apparently acquired by the Hezbollah leaders around the same time when they purchased pagers, walkie-talkies and solar equipment that exploded in Lebanon cities. So these are three equipments that have exploded in the last 24 hours. It's said that lithium-ion batteries overheated, as a result of which they exploded. And that, of course, after explosives were planted in these equipments which were purchased from Taiwan. So the walkie-talkies that exploded had lithium-ion batteries. Walkie-talkies were acquired by Hezbollah at the same time as the pagers. So yes, these were acquired 5 months ago by the Hezbollah leaders. In fact, note that more than 5,000 pagers that were being used by the Hezbollah leaders had exploded, after which these walkie-talkies also blasted. Walkie-talkies were acquired by Hezbollah the same time as the pagers. So like we told you, it was around the same time 5,000 pagers belonging to Hezbollah leaders exploded. So other than pagers, these are walkie-talkies, at least 500 of them, and 100 solar panels also, the equipments that were being used at the Hezbollah bases, which exploded, leading to loss of at least 30 lives. The explosions reportedly took place at Hezbollah bases, as we told you, in several of the Lebanon cities. In fact, as we speak, the situation is still tense and the death toll could rise further. And that being said, the US has feigned ignorance about all this completely, saying that it has nothing to do and that it had no knowledge whatsoever about these pager and walkie-talkie blasts.